Oh man, am I under stress? I took my day off. That's today. Overslept. And right now I am working on a blog that I created, the design of it. And I gotta ask a question. Why does Blogger, like, just keep changing the way that they do things? Why do they do that? You know, I'm no genius. But I know HTML, I know CSS, I know how to design stuff, I know how to create padding and space and borders and all this other stuff. And I picked out like a simple design, and I figured, well, let me edit this. Let me make this look the way I want it to look. Uploaded some pictures, no problem, da-da-da. But like the simplest things, like okay, I want to move a column down, I want to move just create a little padding, and there's this option where you go and say, okay, edit HTML. You go into edit the HTML, and what pulls up doesn't look anything like any sort of normal HTML. You have to scroll through this, and it was so convoluted, and I go, okay, there's got to be another way to do this. So then they have the option where you can add CSS to a specific element on the page, and that's cool. So I figured, okay, I'll add some CSS. And then what I want to do is just move a sidebar down. Just a little more space, simple thing. And then it says type your CSS here in this white box above when you choose that. And then I'm like, well, okay, but what's the name of what do you call the sidebar in the coding? So I'm just scrolling through the coding, trying to determine is it called sidebar? Is it what? Just show it to me. Just let me know. And it scrambled my brain. The whole experience has just scrambled my brain. I don't know what to do, and I'm starting to get annoyed. And here I was doing this. I looked down, I saw the tape recorder right in front of me, and I said, what the fuck? I gotta vent about this. I gotta say something about this. Can we, I don't know, can't we just settle on one way of doing things and kind of stick with that? Why do things have to change all the time? Because I'm sitting here going, okay, well, there's a new way to do this, and they let you do it within the template. You can slide this, and they try to make it easy for the user who doesn't know anything, or somebody who just doesn't know like HTML or CSS or whatever. But if you want to go into the coding itself and look through it, they set it up in such a way that you can't identify what you're making the changes to. I saved the blog as I was working on it onto the desktop, and then I figured, well, let me just go through open it in the text and look through it and see if I can find what I'm looking for. And they might as well have written the whole thing in Swahili. There's just no way. What are they talking about? And they don't even space anything. They just cram it all together, and it's all just like one. And you're looking through the coding, and you're like, well, where's the HTML? All I see is this CSS and a bunch of weird Blogger code that I don't know how to fucking do anything with that. And it's just, I don't know, man. And then they have the option of uploading a template, which I could easily just make a template. I have them already made. That's not a problem. I just don't want there to be any glitches after I upload it to Blogger if it doesn't recognize the code, or I don't like anything to overlap, and I don't want there to be any problems. So I stuck with the template that they gave me. I applied whatever minor changes, change the color of the background, the text, and add a couple pictures. It did all that, blah, blah, blah. But it still doesn't look right, because I got one column that's high and one that's low, and I'm like, well, I want to make them at least both even. And a simple thing, and they add all these anytime you want to do something now, do you want to add a widget? And they have a prefabbed thing where you add a widget, and you're like, okay, well, I want to add a picture, and I want it to link to this, and etc. Easy. No complaints about that. But they have the thing where it says edit HTML, and then you click on the edit HTML, and you figure, well, I know HTML. Anybody does. And then you click on it, and what pulls up is something that doesn't look like any fucking HTML you've ever seen in your life. And you go, what are you fucking with me? Are you just trying to make me feel stupid? You know, I know what HTML is supposed to look like. How am I supposed to make sense out of that? So, I hate them. I think that's where I'm at right now. I'm sitting here in a chair in front of the computer, and I've decided that I hate them. I hate these people. Why do you have to change anything? Just make, you know, some people know what to do. And, you know, how about just adding a feature where if you want to lower or raise a column, if you want to make it a certain size, if you want to put some padding there, just, you know, I know what element I want to add that to. Just tell me the name of the element. What are you calling the sidebar in this coding? And you scroll down. I'm going to pull it up right now because I was so annoyed looking at this. I got to sign back in. Let me type it in. It didn't. I signed out. That's my own fault. rosblog@gmail.com. Password. That's a secret. I will not read it out loud. I don't want anybody screwing around with my stuff. Okay, so sign in. Okay, I'm signing in. Here it is. Okay, click design. Edit HTML. Okay, fine. Pull it up. And okay, the meta tag, etc. Okay, and then it just goes into all these like variable name and variable definite and value and da da da, and they have a bunch of default stuff already set up. I recognize the CSS, and I could have changed that, but it's like, well, am I changing the CSS in the right thing? What are they calling the main section? What are they calling the sidebar? And I'm just a whole bunch of variable name stuff. I guess they have it set up so that if you were somebody who didn't know anything and you wanted to use the prefab stuff about adjusting the size of widgets, the colors, and da-da-da, they have the variable name stuff set up in the coding so that you can just do that without having to do this. Fine. But they don't allow you to change they allow you to change the width of a column. They don't allow you to change, like, well, I want this thing to have some padding at the top. And like, oh, okay, just go ahead and edit the HTML. And then you go looking through it, and it's just a bunch of dollar signs, man. Just a bunch of dots and dollar signs, and they have it, you know, and it's like, this isn't, how the fuck am I supposed to know that I'm doing the right, I don't want to screw it up, you know. Group description equals footer selector dot footer outer, and it's enclosed in some HTML tags. But that's obviously linking to something else that I can't get to, and I don't know, man. I'm getting upset. I'm not going to stop doing this. I'm going to continue my work on it. I just, like I said, I was just working on this. I look down, I see the tape recorder, and I say, I'm mad about this. I'm getting very stressed out. So I got that off my chest. I'm going to get back to work. Hopefully I can get this done today. I'll be back, I don't know, in an hour, 2 hours, whatever. Adios. Okay, I'm back. I'm feeling a little better now. Not because I succeeded in what I wanted to do, but because I decided to give up.
Richard!
Uh-oh, there's somebody outside.
What, you standing there waiting on me?
No, I'm talking to myself. Doing,
That's even worse than standing there waiting on me.
Well, I'm recording it.
Oh, okay.
That's going to go on the internet. I'm just...
Recording now?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, really? Hi!
That's Jimmy. He's been having...
How are you?
He's just my neighbor. Borrowed my bicycle. It's still raining, eh? Sprinklin.
Hey.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything like pressing right now?
Not super pressing. You need to do something online,
Yes.
and you wanted me to help you with that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that instead of this. I'll just turn this off and come back.
Well, I gotta go down to the house and get the paperwork. I'll be back.
Okay. All right.
10, 15 minutes.
10, 15 minutes sounds good. Over and out for now.
It's a date, big guy.
Okay, that was Jim. Where was I? Now I've lost my train of thought. He's kind of the wacky neighbor, and I live in a trailer park, and he's a decent human being. He totally made me lose my train of thought. He borrowed my bicycle because he cannot drive a car. He has no license. He rides a bicycle, and I have one, and he's got a flat on his, so I let him use my bike from time to time, and he came over and interrupted my podcast, but I think I'll just leave that in anyway to let you know that I'm a real person. Oh yeah, applying changes to Blogger. I didn't get my site exactly the way I wanted it to be, but I just decided to say, you win, Satan. I give up. You win this round. I manipulated some of the images. I got it kind of the way I want to do it, but, you know, I'll be working on it a little more later. Rome was not built in a day. That website, of course, is the Nightly Alignment .blogspot.com. It is a blog. I figure a blog is a free website. Why not? I had a blog before. I had some problems with it. And that's a long story. No need to go into that. And that's kind of where the name of this comes from. That's why I chose to call it the Nightly Alignment. That's all history now. The old domain that I was on was called the Daily Skew, and I was working late in the liquor store, and what is the opposite of the Daily Skew, I said to myself, and I said the Nightly Alignment, so that's what I call the site. And I'm gonna keep working on it. Hopefully it'll pick up. It'll be good. But I gotta call quits on it today. Too many other obligations, too many things to be busy with. I see a lot of people with their websites up. They'll keep the website under construction up for 1,000,000 years, along with the test post and the test comment on the blog. You know, it's so, you know, I'm lazy. I'm lazy just like everybody else is. I'm no different. You can't judge me for this. But this kind of messed up thing that I just did that got interrupted, this will be the first podcast. I'll come back and start recording again when I have something to say about something. Right now, I have to help my neighbor. He is computer illiterate, and he needs to reapply for food stamps. I promised I'd help him with that. So I'll get on that. I'll catch up later when something interesting comes to mind. Ciao for now.